Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing really well tonight. Welcome to the show. I'm Chris with AffinityHM.com. And tonight we are going to talk about the truth about CPAP cleaners. We're going to do a deep dive. We're really going to get into the FDA, what the FDA has said, and we're going to really analyze and assess from a completely unbiased standpoint whether or not CPAP cleaners are good or bad. So I know this is a very polarizing subject. Either people absolutely love their CPAP cleaners or they absolutely hate CPAP cleaners. That's generally the consensus. I believe that there is a lot of information that people are not aware of about CPAP cleaners, and I'm going to do my best tonight to share that with you. And I welcome all of your comments, whether they're positive or negative towards CPAP cleaners. And I hope to just have a really nice discussion and share all of the information and help you understand better where I come from regarding CPAP cleaners and the importance of keeping all of your CPAP equipment clean. So I know there's a lot of folks joining us here from the new group on Facebook titled, the group is called CPAP for Beginners, but there's a lot of folks in there who are not beginners, and it's wonderful. I appreciate all the comments and the help that people are giving to each other in that group. It's really wonderful to see. So regarding the truth about CPAP cleaners, let's go ahead and first thing I just want to pop this up so you can see that's the title of the video, The Truth About CPAP Cleaners. And we're going to start off with the CPAP news. First, I want to just show you what the FDA has said about CPAP cleaners, and I'm going to share that screen with you here. Before we get too deep, though, I want you to know that you can comment on wherever you are watching this right now. If it's on Facebook, you have to, at the bottom, you have to register with Facebook. You would go to facebook.com/StreamYard, because that's how we broadcast this, is through an app called StreamYard, and you register there to let them know that it's okay to use your name, and comment in there, anywhere that you are. You can comment #CPAP, and that will enter you into a contest. We're going to have a giveaway at the end, and the giveaway is going to be a gift card to AffinityHM.com. All right. So in the CPAP news, first of all, it's true. The CPAP cleaners are not approved by the FDA. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to share this screen. It's an article that the FDA put out. I hope you can see that. Let's see if I can make that a little bit bigger. Okay. There's the article from the FDA right there. And in this article, it's directly from the Food and Drug Administration website, and it says the CPAP machine cleaning ozone UV light products are not FDA approved. So let's dive in here a little bit deeper and see exactly what they had to say about that. What is CPAP? Why does my CPAP need cleaning? I think we all know the answer to that. How should I clean my CPAP? What types of machines that claim to clean CPAPs are being sold? And in this section, it says there are two main types of machines that claim to clean CPAPs. One type is ozone gas, which can be dangerous and toxic above certain levels. The second type uses ultraviolet light. To date, the FDA has not approved or cleared any machine to clean a CPAP. That means the FDA has not made a judgment. So I really want to highlight this right here. So the FDA has not approved CPAP cleaners, but they also have not made a judgment on the CPAP cleaners. Why is the FDA concerned about the devices claiming to clean the CPAP? The FDA has received reports from people who use CPAPs that they experienced unexpected asthma attacks, headaches, breathlessness, after using the devices claiming to use ozone gas to clean their CPAP. Not only can ozone leak out of the CPAP equipment into your home during cleaning, but ozone levels inside the CPAP equipment can be above safe limits even several hours after the cleaning is complete. Okay, that makes sense. All right. So are home CPAP cleaners approved by the FDA? No. Home CPAP cleaning devices that use ozone gas or UV light they've not been approved or cleared by the FDA. The FDA has not determined whether CPAP cleaning devices are safe. The FDA the FDA does not have evidence whether the CPAP cleaning devices work to clean or disinfect CPAP equipment of germs or allergens. Okay, they don't have evidence. All right, so that is basically what the FDA has to say. Let me come over here. I want to get back over and see if you guys have any comments so far regarding this. There are a few comments here. Let's see what we've got. Okay, everybody's getting into the contest. That's good. Hashtag CPAP, I see. I have, okay, Kimberly, hi. Welcome to the show. I see that we got a lot of people here entering the contest. That's excellent. All right, no questions so far. All right, so that's what the FDA had to say. Is everybody clear on that? That basically what I'm saying is that the FDA doesn't have any evidence one way or another. They have not done testing. They have not approved CPAP cleaners. All right, so let's see. Let's see. The next article I want you to see is very interesting. All right. This one is from the American Sleep Association. Big organization. Really, this organization, the ASA, the American Sleep Association, they did this article about ozone disinfection. Let me make sure that you're seeing this on your screen. Yeah, okay, good. Everything's working tonight. That's good. All right. Whoops. I don't know what I just did. Hold on a second, y'all. Okay, it's all still on your end. You didn't see all that. Okay. Uh, all right. So ozone disinfection. Ozone disinfection is a powerful method for disarming harmful pathogens. An ozone generator creates reactive ozone from the oxygen naturally present in the air. Supercharged oxygen damages bacteria and virus, rendering them unable to cause infections. All right. What disinfecting something does. All right. So we know to disinfect means basically to kill all or mostly all pathogens, virus, bacteria, etc. Is ozone a good disinfectant? Disinfectant. So let me highlight this one here for you. I know it may be a little hard to see this. Yes, ozone is a strong and versatile disinfectant. In fact, ozone is so effective at killing or otherwise inactivating pathogens that it is used to disinfect municipal water. Studies have shown that both bacteria and virus are effectively disabled with sufficiently high concentrations of ozone. All right. Can O3, which is ozone, can O3 be used as a disinfectant? O3 is a chemical formula for ozone, and ozone disinfection is very effective. The O in the chemical name stands for oxygen, and the small numerical 3 represents the fact that there are 3 oxygen atoms in an ozone molecule. Ozone is a species of pure oxygen, just like O2 is a species of oxygen. So basically, what this is saying, and the way that I like to describe it, is that O3 is still the oxygen molecule, but it's 3 oxygen molecules all combined together. And it's very unstable. So as O3 is unstable, it sort of wants to become O2. And when it becomes O2, it damages bacteria, mold, and virus in the process of changing from ozone back into O2. So listen to this. How long does ozone stay in the air? This is all very important regarding the cleaning of CPAP machines with ozone. The time it takes ozone to either degrade into dioxygen, which is O2, or to react with other molecules depends on a number of factors. Research has found that it may take as little as around 40 minutes or as long as over 24 hours for the amount of ozone in the air to drop by half after it has been introduced. Low temperatures, low humidity, and low airflow lead to greater ozone persistence, while increased temperatures, humidity, and air exchange will remove the ozone more quickly. All right, so the factor is the temperature, humidity in the room also does matter. All right, here again from the American Sleep Association. Can I use ozone to disinfect things that come into contact with my face or my mouth? So long as you allow enough time for ozone to dissipate, so long as you allow enough time for ozone to dissipate following the disinfection process, ozone can be used to disinfect oral appliances and face masks, for example. Ozone CPAP cleaners are specifically designed to disinfect the tubing, face mask, or other components of continuous positive airway pressure machine. However, an ozone cleaner for CPAP machines should not be used right before donning the mask. I want to say that part again. The ozone cleaners should not be used right before donning the mask. So basically, the American Sleep Association says, yes, you can use them. Just, here's this here. Let me, I want to make this point really, really strong. The key to ozone cleaners and using them safely is to use them the way that the manufacturers of the product suggest, and that is to do it in the morning. If you just do it in the morning with your ozone cleaner, then by the time it's time to go to bed, it will have already dissipated. If there is any ozone still in the tubing, you can hook it up to your CPAP machine, turn the machine on for like a minute, and it's all going to be cleared out of there. So they are safe to use. All right. So let's dig a little deeper though. I'm really not really satisfied yet that you're hearing me. I want to add another article in here for you guys. This one again is from the FDA. So let me find that article here, and you're going to really like this one, okay? All right. Next article. All right. So talking about what does the FDA even approve? This is really interesting because you're going to see a number of things that the FDA doesn't approve that you probably thought that they did. So let's take a look at this. Okay. Is it really FDA approved? FDA approved. Maybe you saw those words on a company website or in a commercial promoting a new product or treatment. Some marketers may say their products are FDA approved, but how can you know for sure what the US FDA approves? FDA is responsible for protecting public health and regulating human drugs and biologics, animal drugs, medical devices, tobacco products, food, cosmetics, and electronic products that emit radiation. FDA does not approve companies. Okay, we know that. FDA approves new drugs and biologics. We knew that. FDA does not approve compounded drugs. FDA uses a risk-based tiered approach for regulating medical devices. FDA uses a risk-based approach for human cells and tissues. FDA does not approve tobacco products. That's interesting. FDA approves additives in food for people. FDA approves color additives. FDA approves animal drugs and approves food additives for use in food for animals. FDA does not approve cosmetics. Now that's interesting. That's something that many of you, mostly ladies, use cosmetics, but the FDA doesn't even approve. You're putting this on your skin, on your face, and the FDA does not approve that. FDA does not approve medical foods. Let me see if I messed that up. Okay. FDA does not approve medical foods. And this is the one that really surprised me the most. FDA does not approve infant formula. I'm a grandfather. I have grandchildren who are infants, and we'll have more on the way soon. And I was really shocked to see that the FDA does not even approve infant formula. FDA doesn't approve dietary supplements. FDA does not approve so many things. So I'm going to put some links to these articles for you in the comments as we go forward. It'll probably be tomorrow whenever I do that, so that you guys can actually take a look in depth at all these articles. But I think possibly the very best article, I saved it for last, regarding what regarding this whole ozone, the truth about ozone cleaners. is one that was put out by a company called Sleep 8. They actually make CPAP cleaners. And the article that they have created here for us actually is probably the best one that gets the most in depth about ozone cleaners. And let's see. Okay, here it is right here. Let's take a look at this. Can you guys see this okay? I know it's probably very small, but hopefully you can see it well enough. And I'll just read along. And again, I am going to put it in a link so that you can take a closer look later. So this is by the company Sleep 8. So obviously they're not going to put out any information that's incorrect or misleading in any sort of way. Patrick O'Hare. Practically every single chemical, reagent, compound, and medicine carries some level of biological or environmental risk. Epinephrine is a life-saving drug, but overdoses can lead to death. Caffeine. Anybody have any caffeine lately? Coffee, tea? Caffeine is a compound that 85% of Americans consume on a daily basis, but it can lead to headaches, nausea, and diarrhea. These compounds are usually not considered entirely safe or unsafe, but rather they are listed with values that are considered acceptably safe. Ozone is no exception to this notion. Today, we will discuss the safety aspects of ozone and demystify ozone exposure standards. So here it goes on in the article to talk about the chemical safety standards and ozone exposure vocabulary. So let's just learn a little bit about this. First of all, this symbol right here, the UG/M3 is micrograms per cubic meter. Then we have some other information, but let's focus on the micrograms. All right, with these terms and definitions in mind, let's discuss how to convert. Okay, then there's a formula on how to convert the micrograms based on a room safe space in a room. Ozone exposure standards. Here are what is considered safe exposure standards. OSHA says if it's 200 micrograms or lower, that's this first one right here, for 8 hours. NIOSH says 200 micrograms or lower. That's the ceiling, and so on and so forth. We got the WHO says 100 for 8-hour period. The US FDA says 100. All right, so sleep and ozone safety. As Sleep 8, we design our products with these values in mind. In 2019, Sleep 8 commissioned a study to establish the amount of ozone output by our CPAP cleaning technology. The study was conducted utilizing a standard 9x9 room with a 9-foot ceiling. So it's 9x9x9. By running the machine for 1 hour, Sleep 8 recommends a minimum room volume of 9x9x9. And so if you're using your Sleep 8 and you're not in a closet, you're in a decent sized room, that's a typical standard size room. Okay. The study concluded that the maximum ozone concentration after an hour cleaning cycle was less than half, or it was 47% of the maximum value listed by even the most strict regulatory agencies, which it was a 100. All right. So additionally, this value assumes a room with a volume of 729 cubic feet. If you would like to know what the concentration of ozone would be in your specific space, there's a calculation here that you can do that with. For example, a fairly standard master bedroom could measure, let's say, if you're in a room that's 12 by 12 with a 9-foot ceiling, then the total volume of the room is 1,296 cubic feet. Using our formula, this would result in a maximum value of 27, or only just 1/4 of the amount of ozone that's considered safe. So I said all of that really just to try to make the point that first of all, the key really to using an ozone cleaner is using it safely and in a safe manner. Like for example, if I'm using the Purify O3 or the Purify CPAP cleaner, I wouldn't, or the Elite, I wouldn't want to do that with the unit sitting right here next to me. I wouldn't want to do that, let's say, in a car, But if you're in a wide open space, a big room, uh, and as a matter of fact, why not in the morning wake up and take your CPAP mask off and your tubing and your water reservoir and put it all into a bag and put it out on the porch or out in the carport or in a separate room from the room that you're in. Do it in the morning, and that way the machine only runs for a few minutes, and then the ozone sits in the bag and does its cleaning for a couple of hours. So if you do it in the morning, it's going to make a big difference. Now, let's also talk about the SoClean. So we are no longer selling SoClean because it's a different situation. With the SoClean, the ozone is actually going through the CPAP machine. And this is what there's a big question. It's likely and very possible that the ozone that is going through the CPAP machine might damage the CPAP machine. But with the ozone cleaners that we have available at AffinityHM, none of them send ozone into the CPAP machine at all. It's only cleaning the mask, water reservoir, and the hose. So that is a big difference in SoClean versus the ones that we're selling now. And if you use it safely, then it's something that can not be damaging to you. Another fact is many of the manufacturers of the CPAP cleaners recommend doing it on a daily basis. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that mold and bacteria take a while to colonize to the point that it could actually infect, or cause an infection. So it takes several days. So if you do it maybe twice a week, that's going to be more than sufficient to keep your stuff clean. Now, I've had comments, people who say that with a CPAP cleaner, that it actually smells bad. So there's two different basic odors or fragrances that are going to come with using a CPAP cleaner that uses ozone. One is the fragrance of the ozone. It's very similar to if it's really, really hot outside and you have like this summer rain and then there's no wind and everything is just very still, and that the fragrance of after a summer rain is one that many people will notice, and that's ozone that you're actually smelling there. And I think that's a beautiful and wonderful smell. However, if there's any equipment, biological equipment, I meant debris, let's say oil from your skin, maybe a little hair or some saliva or something like that, then ozone, when it comes in contact with that, it makes a terrible smell that's awful. It smells like hair burning and it's awful. So it's good to get some CPAP wipes and sort of wipe your mask off from time to time before using an ozone cleaner, and that will eliminate that. Also, the UV cleaners do the same thing. The lumen, the drawer where you open the drawer and you put your mask in there and clean it, and your water reservoir, that if there's any debris there, also there's going to be some really bad smells. So to avoid the odors, wipe your mask off with a CPAP wipe first, and then again, anytime you're using an ozone cleaner, I highly recommend place it in a completely different room of the house, or even better yet, if you can, go ahead and put it out onto the porch, and also do it early in the morning. If you're doing it early in the morning, then by the time it's time to go to bed, at best case, the worst situation would be you would take if there's still a little ozone in there, which I doubt there would be for, just about 15 hours it's been out there. But if there's a little bit, you can connect it up to your CPAP machine before putting the mask on, run it for like a minute, blow all of that out, and you're going to be good to go. All right. So let's see if we have any questions. Uh, let's see here. Oh, wow. Got a lot of people in the contest. Fantastic. All right. I'm glad to see so many people in the contest. We're going to be giving away a gift card in just a minute. So anyone who wants to get into the contest, just type into comment hashtag CPAP, just like you see right here on your screen, and we'll get you in there. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right, I want to put some of your comments up here. All right, and let's see. All right. Loretta, I only use my SoClean once a week and not every day. I think that's a great idea. And hopefully you do not have a dream station. I would recommend not using the SoClean if you have a dream station. It's best to just move on from that. But if you don't have a dream station, then it's not as big of an issue because nothing has been shown to be a problem outside of the dream station and the SoClean together. All right, so here we go. Belty Cat. Hey, welcome, Belty Cat. I see you made it back. Good. Are there stats that prove using cleaning machine, either ozone or UV, give a better CPAP therapy outcome or better compliance? No, I don't know of any stats that say by using the ozone cleaner or the UV light cleaner that it's going to be a better outcome necessarily. Really, the ozone cleaners and the UV light cleaner, what it does is it does one simple thing. It keeps you from having to go to the sink and wash your mask, hose, and water reservoir in the sink using like a Dawn dish detergent. Because honestly, if you are willing to go, once a week or maybe twice a week and wash all of that equipment, the hose, water reservoir, and your mask in the sink with soapy water, that's all you need to do. That is completely sufficient. That's good enough. You don't have to do anything else. If you don't want to go to the sink and wash that, what does it take? 30 minutes, 45 minutes. If you don't want to spend that time doing that, then perhaps an ozone cleaner may be for you. Now, I want to mention something else too. I have had customers who are so sensitive with their breathing. Maybe they have sensitive asthma or a lot of other types of lung diseases, and their lungs are just very, very sensitive. Who can't even stand the smell of the ozone, even though it's not really ozone. It's just the fragrance after the ozone. They can't stand it. I would say the number would be right around 1%, maybe a little less than 1%. So for every 100 that we sell, I get a phone call. Somebody says, "I'm sorry, I just can't use it. I'm returning it." That's the number of my experience. So there are some folks who literally just won't be able to benefit from using an ozone cleaner. You're going to have to go to the sink and wash with the soapy water on a regular basis. And all right, so let's see. That was a great question, Belty. Thank you. Loretta, just because something is approved by the FDA does not mean that it's safe. That's true as well. That is true as well. Thank you for that comment. All right, here's a good question. Annette Giannotti. I still like that name. Can you put water reservoir in a CPAP cleaner even if it's a little wet? Absolutely, yes, you can do that. As a matter of fact, let's say there's a drop of water still there, what's going to happen? There may be some pathogens within the water. Probably if you looked at that drop of water under a microscope, you would see some germs in there. But the ozone is going to penetrate that water and actually kill the germs in the little drops of water. I would try to remove as much water as possible, but you don't have to get every absolute last drop out of there. Great question. All right, so let's see. Judy Virgilo. Before all the issues with Philips, I used my SoClean daily. I have not used it since, and I've noticed I'm getting more sinus issues. Well, it's not that easy to clean with soap and water. Especially the mask, yeah, you can really submerge that down. Also, use Dawn. If you're cleaning with soapy water, use Dawn. And the reason for the Dawn, you want to get the plain Dawn too, not like the scented fragrance and all that. Just the plain old Dawn dish detergent, and submerge it in the water, clean it as good as you can. The water reservoir has these little corners that are really hard to clean. So maybe soak it in the soapy water for a while and really flush it out as much as possible. So yeah, it's important to clean that. I would have to wonder if maybe, are you using distilled water? Because I don't know if I've explained this lately or not, but the reason we're using distilled water in our water reservoir is because of the minerals. It's just because of the minerals that's in regular water. Because as the water evaporates, the minerals tend to leave a film inside of that water reservoir. It can get pretty nasty, and it's hard to clean. It almost is like a crusty, especially over time. So there's two solutions, clean it super good, maybe get a CPAP cleaner, and then also change out your supplies more often. I had a gentleman in my office today. It had been like, I think 2 years, 2 years. So yeah, I know you guys are tough. Y'all can handle it, but those masks and the nasal pillows, especially, they get a little bit harder, and actually it doesn't seal as well. So your therapy might not be as good. So at least once a year, get you a new mask. Now, many insurance companies will get you new mask and hose and stuff every 3 months, but you'll have to check with your particular insurance and also check with your own particular budget if you're having to pay out of pocket. So make sure, keep those supplies changed out, keep them clean as possible. We got to avoid those infections. Okay, thanks for that question. Okay, I have a Purify. Whoa, why is that not? Here we go. Judy, uh, yes, I use distilled water. I purchased the Respite system. Can I use that? I'm not familiar with the Respite system. Can you message me a picture of it, perhaps? Because I'm thinking it's going to be okay, but I don't really know that particular unit very well. Oh, Respify. Well, that one also I don't know. So there you go. All right, so let's see. All right, so now we have gotten to, I want to just give you a quick glimpse of my favorite Ozone CPAP cleaner. It is the Sleep 8. And if you haven't seen this one before, it's a simple little machine. It recharges. It's got a charging port right here. You just charge it up. This one you can use while it's fully charged, or you can use it even if it's not charged. Let's say you forgot to charge it, but you want to clean your equipment. You can plug it in and plug it into the wall, and it's still going to work, and I'll show you why. But it's a simple machine. It's just one button click right there, and it's got a screen that's going to show you, the process and how well it's charged, etc. But the real beauty of the Sleep 8 is this right here. So y'all remember a minute ago I said you don't really have to clean it every single day, especially with the Sleep 8, because these bags are about $20, and Sleep 8 would say clean it every day, and that this bag will last about 90 days. But guess what? If you do it twice a week, this bag is going to last more like 6 months. So the way the bag is a giant Ziploc bag almost, but it also has somewhere on here. Here it is, right here on the front. You see this? That is a charcoal filter that is built into the bag. So what happens is you put your tubing and everything into the bag, and then you zip up the bag. You connect the Sleep 8 to the outside of the bag, and I'm going to show you that in a second. But the thing is that anytime the ozone is coming out of the bag, it has to go through the charcoal filter, which means charcoal is really good at converting ozone back into regular oxygen. So as the ozone is escaping the bag, it's converting it back into regular oxygen. So let me show you a couple of things. Right here on the bottom of the bag, that's where you connect your Sleep 8 here. And now let me dig into the bag. I'm going to open the bag and dig into the bottom of the bag and show you the other side of that. So this is at the very bottom of the bag. What you do with this one is you take your CPAP hose and connect that CPAP hose right onto that little adapter. Then you tuck your entire CPAP hose in there. Then you drop your water reservoir in there. You drop your mask in there. And again, if you have any sort of debris or anything on there, oil from your skin or maybe makeup or something, make sure you clean that off of the mask. But once you have everything in there, you would then zip up the bag. And again, it's like a really super duper Ziploc bag. Listen to this. You heard that? That's the click at the end, right as you're zipping it, to make sure it's sealed up properly. Finally, you take your Sleep 8 and it connects. There's a blue dot on one side of this little deal, and the Sleep 8 also has a blue dot. So you just match up the two blue dots like this. And actually, that's the only way to fit anyway. Once you connect it up, you hit the button right there, hit one button, set it outside Hopefully, again, you're doing this in the morning. Set it outside or into a separate room. And for about 30 minutes, roughly 30 minutes, it actually creates ozone that pumps into the bag. And then for about you wait a total of about 2 hours at least. And or you can just wait all day and just wait until that night, and then come get your stuff and hook it back up to your CPAP machine. Run the CPAP machine for about a minute if you want to, and then you're good to go. No germs. 99.9%. All right, so I do have a discount code available for you guys, 15% off. Clyde15 is the code, CLYDE 15. And hopefully we've got a lot of people in the giveaway, because it's time to do the giveaway. But actually, before we do that, I want to go back to comments. Let's just make sure. We might have a couple of new comments. Okay. This is a little bit of a different subject, but yeah, let's talk about this. This is a great question. What do you recommend for a patient struggling with compliance? I definitely recommend a hose holder. A hose holder has lots of benefits. Belty, I know you use a hose holder, and they are very helpful. So if you imagine, and there's a couple of different reasons that I like hose holders too. And share with us, Belty, if there's more that I'm missing here, because I know you use one and I don't use one. But a hose holder, for one, make sure that there's a decline or a downhill slope from you, for the most part, from you or from a little ways away from you, down into the water reservoir. So if your machine, if it's cold in the room and a lot of rain out is happening in the tubing, then a lot of that water is going to end up right back into the water reservoir. And then the second really big reason that I see a hose holder is good is because it's keeping all of that tubing kind of up away from you. So now all you have is your mask or your nasal pillows, and you're not dealing with the tubing so much. Another way a lot of people do it is run the tubing over the bedpost if you've got one, or over the head of the bed and backing around to the machine. That's helpful as well. But I think a hose holder is a good way to go. So if you tell us, what would one search if you were trying to find a hose holder, Belty? And I'll put the comment up here in just a minute. All right, so let's go ahead and do this drawing. Has everyone already put the hashtag CPAP into the comments? Let's see who's going to win a gift card here. I feel like we need some background music or something. All right, so here's the share. We're going to share, if I can figure out how to do it. Okay, here we go. Share screen and the giveaway. All right, we got 11 entries into the contest. So 11 people. I'm going to give you just one more minute. If you would, type into comments hashtag CPAP. As a matter of fact, last week when we did this, the person who won was the last one that entered the contest. So it's not too late. If you hashtag CPAP as one word, no spaces, you'll be in the contest. And we're about to give away a gift card to someone for AffinityHM.com. We got tons of things over there on that site. Of course, we have CPAP cleaners. We have the UV light CPAP cleaner. We have CPAP mask. CPAP machines are in stock. We have BiPAP machines on the way. So if you're looking for a BiPAP machine, we got that as well. All right. So we've had a few extra people just now join the contest. So let's go ahead and pull the trigger on that. Let's see who wins the gift card tonight. Y'all ready? Here we go. All right. And the winner of the gift card is Kimberly Iman. Kimberly Iman. You are really good at this, Kimberly. Congratulations. I'm so glad you won that. All right. So, Kimberly, you've won this before, so you know what to do. Contact me if you would, as a reminder, basically, because I can forget things sometimes. And contact me through Facebook, shoot a message, and tomorrow I will send you your gift card. Now, Kimberly, you win this so much, maybe you should collect the gift cards and then buy something really big one day. I'm just teasing. But I appreciate you being in the drawing there, and all of you. Thanks for being in the drawing. That was really fun. All right, so now Now, questions and answers. Let's get back over here into the comments and let's see. Go, Kimberly. Kimberly said, thanks. All right. What mask? All right. Here's a good question. Angela Watts. Hi, Angela. Thanks for the question. What mask do you recommend for denture wearers who do not wear them at night? Wow, you got me on that one. Now, I'm assuming you mean a full face mask. Um, if you don't have the dentures in at night, right here, when you're measuring for a full face mask, you're measuring from here to here. Okay. So there's actually little cards. And if anyone wants one, you can email me a request and I'll send you the template. You would then print it out. And it's so cool because on the template, they actually put even a little measuring stick. So you can, once you've printed it, because you know how sometimes things print tiny and things print big, and you don't know for sure if this template is going to be correct. But using that measuring stick, you take a little ruler and make sure it matches. And if the ruler matches, that means your template's good. You cut out the little template and you end up with a card that will help you measure. You just get into a mirror and you measure. Okay, so back to the question. This is really on my gum. This is on my bottom gum. So I believe that the measurement you use with that template, and also consider some people open their mouth a little while they're sleeping, like that. And some people have their mouth all the way closed. So depending on you, you'll have to figure that out on your own. But as far as the brand or style, they're all pretty much the same in terms of full face mask. They're going to pressurize here and here, no matter which one you get as a full face mask. Now there is the hybrid. The hybrid might be a good solution for you because the hybrid sort of does this. It like goes into your nose like a nasal pillow right there, and then it circles down under, and you can breathe through your nose or your mouth with the hybrid. Go on our website, take a look at those hybrids, and that might answer your question. Perhaps a hybrid is better, but still, even with a hybrid, it's going to be contacting you, but it will not contact where your teeth are. It contacts underneath that right there where the gums are. So if the one that you have right now is not working for you, take a look at the hybrid. Perhaps that could be a good solution, but it is something that I've not experienced a whole lot. So I'm sorry, I'm not really great at that one. So let's see. I'm using the ResMed F30. This is Angela. I'm using the ResMed F30. When I'm on my back, my jaw falls back and the mask tilts so the nose leaks. Yeah, well, okay. So Angela's using the hybrid, the one that I just was just mentioning. So the headgear is a little different on the hybrid too. So you may end up having to go to a standard type of full face mask. Angela, have you tried one of those already? Or perhaps coming soon, I'm going to have a potential solution. We already have chin straps, but I really like the nasal pillows with a chin strap. But a lot of people like to tape their mouth, and I'm not a big fan. I've talked about this before, of taping your mouth, but there's a new solution that I'm going to have soon. I don't have it yet, so I don't want to talk too much about it, but that's coming. That's absolutely coming. All right, Belty Cat. I build my own hose holder. I recommend any hose holder that is sturdy and it isn't a trip hazard when you get up at night. There are holders that fasten to the wall. Okay, that's the one that I was thinking that we were talking about, is the one that fastens to the wall. So Belty, I guess your hose holder, maybe it fastens to the head of the bed, or it's a hose holder that goes all the way down to the ground. I'm assuming you probably can search Google for CPAP hose holder and probably find a plethora of different styles and types. That's good. Thank you, Belty. Appreciate that. Okay, Angela White is yes, the F10. Okay. And Dano, mine keeps me from pulling the machine off the stand. Okay, so Dano K has a hose holder. That actually, I haven't ever thought of that. That's an excellent point right there. So with a hose holder, when you tug on it, you're going to be tugging on the hose holder and not the CPAP machine. And you know what? Many of the CPAP machines that come into our office broken, actually almost all of the CPAP machines, 99% of them are due to water having sloshed into the machine. So if you got water in that water reservoir, if for somehow you're moving your machine or it falls on the floor, water gets in there, it pretty much, I can tell you guys, y'all know the machines cost, you can get them on our site for like $749. They cost more in other places. Sometimes your insurance, pays $900 and such. They're very expensive. And to have one repaired, if it just gets a couple of drops of water into it, damages the machine, we send it off. Let's say it's not in warranty, and you're going to have to pay the bill to have that repaired. You know how much it's going to be? $450, $500 just for that. So it almost like totals the CPAP machine. So if it's more than a few years old, which the warranty is 2 years. So if the machine is, let's say, 3 years old or 5 years old, I usually recommend go ahead and move on to the next machine, because it's probably not going to be worth, sinking $500 into. All right, good. Well, that looks like that might be all the questions that we have for now, at least. Want to thank everyone for being here. A couple of things. If you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do that. Clyde and I have been talking again. So I think Clyde is going to have another problem very soon. Hopefully it's something that can help you guys. And so join the YouTube channel. And also CPAP for Beginners. It's the group in Facebook. It's growing really fast. There's so many. I love seeing so many people in there helping other people. And I also love seeing people who are getting helped. I saw a couple of posts, people saying, hey, I'm so thankful I found this group. It made a difference. And that's what it's all about. We just want to do whatever we can do to help you succeed with your CPAP. I know CPAP can be very, very difficult at first, but I've been doing this 30 years, you guys. I promise, if you just stick with it, when you have a problem, reach out, try to find a solution, act on the potential solutions, figure out. Eventually, it always works out. You find that thing. Unfortunately, people are different. So it's not as easy as just saying, okay, well, you need this mask and you need this pressure. You need this type of machine. You need a hose holder. But the fact is that if you just keep reaching out every time you hit what you think is the wall, if you just keep reaching out, reach out in the group, talk to your provider, talk to your doctor, as you are reaching out, then you will come to solutions. And eventually those same people, every time, those same people that say they hated their CPAP machine, they wanted to throw it out the window, they eventually are like, I love my CPAP machine and I won't go a single night without it. I don't want to. I want to go use my CPAP machine. I enjoy my CPAP machine. A lot of anxiety, nervousness, difficulty breathing. The sensation is very different breathing on CPAP versus just regular breathing, without CPAP. And it takes some time to just really get used to it. One of the key settings, if you watch this video, I know it's kind of silly and everything, but my twin brother, Clyde, in that video, look at the meat of that video is about using the EPR, which it has to do with exhaling. It makes it easier to exhale. It's a setting that you can change. You don't have to have a prescription to change that. It's just a comfort setting. So you can change your EPR. It might be called IPR. That's what it is in the iBreeze. It could be called EPR. If you have an older CPAP machine, it may be called Flex. But always, no matter what machine it is, the higher the number, the easier it is to exhale. So check that out. Also, play with the ramp. The ramp, for you new folks, use that ramp. Remember, you can hit that ramp button over and over. If it's not on auto ramp, if it's on a set timed ramp, then you're falling asleep, and then you kind of wake up with some anxiety. You're like, oh, this pressure is too much. Hit the ramp again. So you can hit that ramp as many times as you want to. Even if you go to the restroom at night, you can hit the ramp again. Hit it as often as you want to, and eventually you'll fall asleep. And you know what else? People who have been using CPAP for a long time don't even use the ramp. They don't use the ramp. They don't care about it. They don't need it, because you get so used to that pressure, and you actually love the pressure in the end. All right, Dan. Okay, thanks for that comment. I appreciate that very much. Let's see if we have any more comments here. All right, that's it. So guys, again, thank you for being here, and I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. Listen, don't sign off yet. I've got to tell you something. Next week on this live, I'm going to show you new technology, brand new technology. It's about this big. And that's all I'm going to tell you right now. But next week, it's huge. And you guys, I promise, are going to love this. It's something that can potentially not only help you, but it can help many, many people who think they have sleep apnea. All right. So that's all I've got. You guys, I hope you have a great evening, and I'll see you again, same time next week, Thursday night. Thanks. Y'all have a good night. Bye bye.